¿Qué pasó, familia? Welcome back to Northside LDN. And today, Arsenal win 1-0, Leicester 0. So listen, it is what it is. Today, the game in some aspects were better than against Aston Villa. Defensively, we're a lot more sound, compact. We're a lot better in the way that we defended against Leicester. Then again, they allowed us all the possession. But it was a lot better. It was a lot better of a game in terms of defensively. Going forward, I think the Aston Villa game was a lot better. I think we were better in the way that we attacked in the Aston Villa game. But listen, 3 points is 3 points. In this stage of the competition, of the Premier League, you need to get your points however you can get them. So I'm happy, and it is what it is, caramba. Listen, it's not just me that's here. We got Prince Fuad. What are you telling me, bro? Happy days. Collectors.
Oh, bro, it's good, bro. You know, today, do you know what? It's like they were in control of the game, bro, to be honest with you, for 90 minutes. I know we had 3 goals in the net. I think Trossard was unlucky, though, bro. I swear down. It's like he had... And when you watch the highlights, you're going to go flippant. You're going to be like... Even... There was a Leicester fan who was commentating the game. I was looking and he even said, I'm a Leicester fan. That's harsh, bro. You're going to flip, bro. Because the goal, what Trossard had nothing to do with it. He just whacked the ball. They cleared the ball, and he whacked the ball into the top corner, bro. Do you get me? It's like, yo, what's with the VAR? Like going to? It didn't have to go to VAR, but obviously, it is what it is. We got the 3 points, but it's just like sometimes they gotta sometimes be, yo, we're not playing. It's like what pisses me off is we're challenging the best team on the planet, bro, with the best squad on the planet. The last thing you want is help from the rest not doing their job right.
Today we did our job, and this is what I say about listen, VAR sometimes goes for you, sometimes it goes against you. Arsenal fans don't really mention a lot of times that VAR goes for us, and there's been a lot of matches that VAR's gone for us, and rightly so. You know, it's not a perfect system. It gets things wrong for all teams, but today shows that when you do what you need to do and put that ball in the back of the net, VAR is irrelevant. When we do our job and we continue to attack and impose ourselves and go for goal, I mean, the way we started that second half was immense, bro, and that's how we should be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no. But you know what? I find today that the players just went out there and went, you know what? Fuck it. We just win a game how we got to win it. Jeremy, I like that attitude, even though because it was a fair goal disallowed. Like even the but I like the attitude of the players. Went, you know what? We're gonna win this game no matter what, and that's momentum coming to the club. And like, there's only 14 games left, and like, you know, we just gotta, bro. I think like now, bro, 19 years is, bro. I told you, bro, it's gonna happen, bro. Because it's happening, bro. And I don't want to get too excited, but bro, if they keep playing like this today, bro, I think a lot of teams are going to be like, yo, we don't want to play Arsenal. They're going to be like, yo, come and take your points, bro, because we just hounded them. They couldn't get, even though they had, 1 shot on target, but we had 85%, 34, we had 66 possession for the whole game, 68, 82. That's a lot, bro.
I think today's performance, I mean, you're going to need to grind out certain results. And today showed it was a game that we had to grind out results. And we did that. You know what I mean? There are still little things that we're going to get into that I still think need improving. But at the end of the day, even when things aren't going your way, you're going to need to know how to get the full points and go out there and win ugly. Sometimes you're going to have to win ugly. And today was win ugly. You know, and what I saw against Aston Villa and what I've seen today is that this team is now showing the ability and the maturity to start winning ugly. We're not always going to, you know, at the end of the day, Leicester today, they sat back. They allowed us to have all the ball. The only thing they didn't do that other teams did very well is press us. They weren't pressing us, but they allowed us to have the ball. And a lot of times it looked very frustrating. You know, Martinelli in the first half, I didn't think was very good in the first half. He was running into nowhere. Granit Xhaka's final ball wasn't always that great. Certain times he could have shot. He didn't. Jorginho as well, same position. Odegaard as well, getting into the box. You know, we're in and around their box, but there wasn't much cutting edge. We had the possession. There was no cutting edge.
Do you know what's good though? You know now. Do you know why I'm more confident? I'm more confident going into the Premier League, winning the more confident now going into the end of the Premier League. You know, it's because a lot of people don't rate Jorginho, but what Jorginho does, he gives you that experience. He's not going to do something stupid. It's like he controlled the game. We were in control of the game, and Partey was on the bench. And that, to me, thinks, okay, that's good, because Arsenal haven't got many games in March. 2 games, and I think they go on an international break. Then after that, this is when you need Partey fit. And this is when you don't send Partey away. You're saying, Partey, let him be injured through the internationals, claim an injury. Do what Fergie used to do with Ryan Giggs. Don't send him away. Because Partey now, for some reason, for this season, he's only played one big game against the big boys, and that's two big games. That's Man United and I think Tottenham twice. The rest of the games he's been injured. So we need to like keep him fit for the next games, because we got like 2 games in the March, and I think the Europa League. Then we go on the international. Then April, that's when the fixtures start again. We got Man United. No, not Man United. I think we got Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City. All in April. That's when you need Partey fit. That's when you need Partey fit. And I hope he stays fit for them games. But bro, today's performance though, it's like I said to the day when I said in the other group, bro, like in the group today, I just said, listen, it doesn't matter how we do it. The 3 points is important. In this stage, now I don't care. I don't care if we play bad for 90 minutes and we get 3 points. That's what it's about. It's a results game. And it's from now to the end of the season. Every game's vital and every point's vital.
Nah, 100%. I agree with you. I think the first half was very poor. Like, we had all the possession. Like I said, we had no cutting edge. And I think Trossard did well. I think he did okay out of position, bearing in mind he's not a centre forward and he was covering because Eddie Nketiah hasn't been clinical enough. And I think he did an okay job. I think Saka a lot of times had to shoot outside the box. He didn't have anybody really overlapping him. Ben White wasn't really overlapping him, and he was resorted to long shots. I think it was frustrating at times, Zinchenko cutting in, and sometimes I think his passing makes things more difficult than they need to be. Sometimes just overlap Martinelli. If you're seeing that Martinelli getting doubled up on, just overlap him, give him another option, release Martinelli. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was a little bit, they sat back, 2 backs of 4, and they weren't allowing us to penetrate them. And we had no. And this is the times where you see that, not having a world-class finisher, sometimes this is with the moments when you need them, because we needed a world-class finisher in that first half to put the ball in the back of the net, and we didn't have that. When we're talking about the goal that was ruled offside, disallowed, I felt like that was harsh, because Ben White, it's not like the keeper couldn't get his right hand to the ball.
I know.
His left hand, when Ben White actually jumped, obviously, when you jump, you use your hands to kind of balance yourself to go up for the ball. I don't think he was just trying to grab him as if he's like trying to yank his shirt back. That's why I felt like it was a bit harsh.
And the thing is, they've been told. And the thing is, the referees have been told. Like they had a meeting like after the guy got stepped down and retired and that. They've been told like, yo, listen, make sure it's spot on. But that's that. These people are just. Do you know what it is, bro? It's just sometimes you just got. It is what it is, isn't it? Like you say, it is what it is. We got the 3 points. There's no point moaning about it because we've been moaning all night. Do you get me? But we got the 3 points. We're still top of the table. We put pressure on Manchester City. And hopefully now, from now to the end of the season, we just keep doing what we're doing. And I think somewhere down the line, obviously we got April's going to be a tough fixtures. But if we can get that, if we're still like 5 points clear and we come out of them 3 games, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, and we're still like 4 or 5 points clear, I think Arsenal win the league, bro. I'll be honest. I think they'll win the league. I don't think it's going to be that season where it's going to be they're going to just bottle it. I think this year they're up for it. You can see today, like you can see how they played. Like they made a stand of stands. We're coming to fight for the title, and that's what we want. And I think they're going to win it personally. I do think Arsenal are going to deliver the title for the first time in a long time. And then we'll just celebrate, bruh. Anyway, I'm coming to London to see you anyway, bruh. I'm coming down. I'm coming down anyway around. I'll give you a bell anyway, but I'll be coming down anyway because I will link up, me, you, and Deji, and that.
No, we'll link up. No worries, man. We'll link up.
Yeah, we'll link up. I'll link you. Yeah, because I might not even go to the because I can't even get a game, bruh. Do you know how hard it is to get a game?
I can imagine right now it's hard to get a game. You know what I mean? With the way that
the guy says to the guy, "Give me a ticket." I saw, bro. The man's texting me 2 o'clock in the morning. I got a ticket for you. I'm fast asleep, bro. I wake up. Oh, sorry, it's been sold. I phone him up in the morning, bro. Are you stupid? Like 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. He said, "Yo, because I need the money, bro. Just wait till 6 o'clock, then, bro. You know I'm up that time, bro."
Nah, look, I hear what you're saying. For me, I just think the first half just showed that, without a lack of world-class finisher, at times when teams are going to frustrate us and are going to sit back, we don't have that kind of striker to just open them up and just put it in the back of the net. And I think the second half was an excellent response from Arsenal. The way Martinelli, that ball where, Gabriel, a ball over the top and then a through ball, into Martinelli, and then he scores. I know he got injured, but the finish was top, bro. That was a top finish from Martinelli, and that's what we need to see on a consistent basis.
To be honest with you, and the thing is, to be honest with you, one thing we're all forgetting, bro, and like a lot of Arsenal fans, because we have been doing well since he's been out, and you know what, I will give Eddie Nketiah his praise. I'm not saying he's the best, but one thing I'll give him credit for, that he's done all right this season, even though we might have not been up to the standards where people want him to be. But now with Jesus being back on a running pitch and using the ball and back training again, coming into the second half of the season, where people expected Jesus was going to be out all season, Jesus was fit today. Then apparently he might be, like I still was saying, he could be fit for the Everton game, but I don't think we'll risk him. I think we're going to get him super fit, ready for the April fixtures, and that's when we need him. And he's coming back at the right time, and that's why I say I'll give credit when it's due. Like obviously they've done well, Eddie and whoever, Trossard and all the players, even to be where they are now, for him to be out that long. So bear in mind.
I think today when I saw Eddie coming on, I felt like we look more balanced with Trossard in there, because Trossard
the ball, he's experienced. He's more experienced. He knows
into the game. I don't think Eddie can really bring that. And Eddie's one of those strikers that if he's not scoring, he doesn't really bring much off of other than that to his game. And I feel like he can be a bit frustrating in that aspect. I think Zinchenko was another one that was frustrating today as well. I think a lot of times he's going into the middle and sometimes he makes things harder than what they need to be. I get that we're going to overload the midfield, but bro, just play it simple, bro. You don't always have to do these trying to intricate passes and intricate plays. Just keep it simple, bro. We don't need it to be complicated. Odegaard, another one with his final ball today. I think a lot of his final balls today were poor Odegaard. There was a chance where he had Saka. They were on the counter attack. He had Saka on the right, and he just dabbled on the ball and just took way too long. And I think Odegaard, just pass it to Saka, bro. Just release it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be a lot faster. Don't complicate football. Simple. Stop complicating it. But he dabbled on the ball, and then their DM ran back and then won the ball off of him because he took too long to make the decision to pass to Saka. And those are the moments that are frustrating. You know what I mean? I think defensively, I think Ben White was fine. I think we was getting a little bit of trouble from Harvey Barnes. He was the only one from Leicester that I thought was causing us a little bit of trouble. Iheanacho obviously was through on to goal, scored, but it was ruled offside. I don't think Iheanacho was that great, and they caught us out from the high line, and we didn't play a high line after that. We kept, we was a bit conscious. Even when they brought on Daka, our defense didn't crumble. Even when they were trying to go gun ho and trying to go for it, I think Leicester are poor. They completely allowed us to just boss the game and just do whatever we wanted to do, even when we wasn't playing that well. Our final ball wasn't good. A lot of our shots were going wide. Saka hit the ball wide. Odegaard in the first half hit the ball way sky high, probably hit a satellite. You know what I mean? It wasn't prime Arsenal, but we got the job done. What I'm thinking now, we got Everton coming up. We got games like that where Everton, they know how to beat us now with Dyche. They know that they're going to press us. They're going to allow us to have the ball and then press all our creative players. We're then going to need to play better than we played today. I'm very happy for today's result, but we do need to play better. It is still a little bit concerning that Eddie Nketiah is still not really affecting this game. Trossard, is he the answer? Well, it is what it is, because at the end of the day, we don't have Jesus in it. So until Jesus comes back, but Xhaka, I don't think played that badly. Neither did Jorginho. I think it was just our final ball. We were getting the ball into the opposition half, but then we were just kicking it backwards, sideways, not much penetration. And even in the second half, it was better than the first half. But it's not like we completely blitzed these guys. We completely blew these guys away. I don't think we did. But we did what we needed to do at the end of the day. Like I said, defensively today, we were better than what we was against Aston Villa. But I think attacking-wise, we were better in the Aston Villa game than we was today against Leicester. But yeah, like I said, it is what it is. I think the defenders, for me, man of the match for me, definitely got to be Gabriel. I think he played the best out of anyone. I think he was the most consistent. And we composed ourselves. We didn't crumble, even when things weren't going our way. And this is why I keep saying VAR is irrelevant if you go out there and do what you need to do. If you go out there and you don't put your head down, even when decisions don't go against you, even though I thought it was soft on Ben White, for the Trossard goal to be disallowed, we still went forward and we still did what we needed to do. And clearly the halftime talk by Mikel Arteta clearly worked because we were better in the second half. I'm yet to still see us, playing how we was earlier on in the season since we've had a bit of a dip. But we did what we needed to do, and that's all I can ask. That's all I can personally ask for, is that we go out there and show that, we can do what we can close games down even when we don't have the game going the way that we want it to go.
Yeah, 100%, bro. But you know the truth is, although, because to be honest with you, I think, like they've come into they've learned from last season, bro. They've learned that failure is no good. I think, when they missed out on the top 4, I think that haunted them. And I think this season, they're a different kettle. They're on a kettle of mental, like, different kettle of fish. Like, they're mentally stronger, bro. I find like against the Villa game, when we went 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and I thought, and then they come back and won against Leicester now. And I think with Everton, bro, to be honest with you, bro, it was I think we were battered Everton on Wednesday. It was just the problem is it was that manager's bounce and the way they played. They've tried it now, and it's not working no more because teams figure it out. When you keep defending, you always find, when you got a defensive formation, you always find the way where you're going to be able to break it out and break it down and score a goal. Because you can't be that defensive, because the whole absence of football is winning a game, and the only way you win a game by scoring goals. You're not going to score goals by just sitting back all day. And I think Aston Villa today, when they beat Everton 2-0, I hope Sean Dyche comes to Arsenal and tries playing football or plays that football, because they ain't gonna beat us trying to do that. I think there's always a way around it. There's always a way, especially when you're playing defensive football. Like it's always a way. But I think against Everton at home, I think Everton won't be up for the fight. Arsenal fans will be on it. The players will be on it. I think we'll beat Everton, get up to 60 points. But I'm watching the game now, bro, and Guardiola's made a lot of changes, bro. De Bruyne's not playing. Only Haaland starts, and I think Bernard Silva's not playing. I think Gundogan's in, and Kyle Walker's not playing, bro. And Riyad Mahrez ain't playing, bro. Riyad Mahrez ain't playing. So he's made like 3-4 changes, bro. And to be honest with you, bro, Portsmouth are looking all right, bro. Bournemouth, my bad. Is it Bournemouth looking bad? They're looking all right, bro. It's not like they're trying to pass the ball from the back, bro, and they got out. Jamie, it's still 0-0, but Man City, I like on the upper foot, but it ain't like Bournemouth. It's a tough, because Bournemouth, bro, got a chance of staying out of the relegation if they get a point.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. For me, like, when I look at this game today, I was expecting 3 points. I'll be real with you. I don't know if you saw the Leicester Man United game. When I saw the Leicester Man United game, Man United could have smashed these lot 5-6-0. Do you know what I mean? I think Leicester today took a different approach with the Man United game. They had chances where they could have buried Man United in certain instances. They should have more shots they scored against Man United. And today they took the approach of sitting back, and it didn't work in their favor.
It didn't work in their favor, yeah.
I think the thing that they were lacking today, Leicester was lacking today, was the press. Arsenal, to beat this Arsenal team, you need to not just let us have the ball, you also have to press Odegaard, press Xhaka, press Martinelli, press Saka, and close them down. And they didn't do any of that. They allowed us the ball, but it was zero press. And the only one that looked half decent for them, well, like I said, was Harvey Barnes. And I think that's where they got it.
Player. Harvey Barnes is a good player. I rate him. He's a good player.
Certain crosses that he was whipping in, bro. I remember one time Zinchenko just about got to it. He whipped it in. That would have been through on to goal. And you looked at it, and certain times we got caught off. We got caught out playing the high line, but ultimately they did nothing today, bro. It's absolutely here for the taking. They offered nothing, bro. No service, bro. There was no service today.
I think. Do you know what is with Leicester, though, bro? Do you know what I think? I look at it like this, though. Like the teams are playing like Leicester next week, like an Everton. Everton's going to be a tough game, but I think we'll do them. I'm not going to say. I'll tell you, it's going to be a tough game, but I think we'll beat them. And I think we'll beat them comfortably. I think like in the last, if we get a first goal, it's comfortably over. But then I look at it like this. Like teams like Leicester, even though they're 4 points off relegate, I don't think they need to panic about going down. Because teams like West Ham, they're lucky they got West Ham and Leeds and Wolves and teams like Bournemouth in the league and Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I mean? Because I think with Leicester, I think they'll do Wolves on a weekday and they'll be like 8 points clear. So I think Leicester, going into the season when I think he played his cards today, but he didn't play all his cards because he's thinking, I got the most important game of the season on Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's when Brendan Rodgers took off his boys who he needs for Wednesday. So I think that game, and I'm glad we got it out the way. And like Bournemouth at home is going to be a hard game. Even though it's at home, it's still going to be a tough game, bro.
No, definitely it's going to be a tough game, 100%. But when I'm looking at Everton, the performance that we put out today, when I'm looking at Everton, we're going to need to play a lot better. We need to be more.
I think, bro,
Everton are going to do what they did last time. That's what I'm expecting them to do.
Oh yeah. But I think allow us
to have all the possession. And even when we had against Leicester, we only scored 1 goal, bro. Everton are a lot better.
I think even though, do you know what? Even though we lost against Everton, all right. Even though we lost against Everton, how poor we were, is still in that game. We created chances and we were shit, and we missed sitters. We missed 2 sitters, like so. I'm not really worried about Everton. It's going to be a tough game, but I can't see him getting nothing out of that game in the Emirates. I'll be honest with you, I think we're just going to beat them comfortably. If they try playing defensively, bro, we'll break them down and we'll just score. But I can't see him. I can't see him beating us, bro. We're not.
I don't know. I think they're making it a lot easier than what it is. I think
it's going to be a tough game. But bro, to be honest with you, bro, we were just in control of the game against Everton. We never had nothing. Then we went on to that Man City game. We went to Bedford. We drew. This game, momentum's with us, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's momentum. And we're going in momentum. They just got battered by Aston Villa 2-0 at home.
Yeah, I get that. Thomas Partey will probably be back. You saw he was on the bench and he came on.
Partey's fit. Bro,
back.
Gabriel Jesus, today Arteta come out and said he's fit, but he's not. They're not going to risk him.
No, but that's smart not to risk him. There's no point because you can risk him in 1 game. Let's say he risks him for Everton.
Yeah.
He gets injured and then he's out for the whole season.
They said he's fit. They said he's fit, bro. They said we're not. And against Everton, we don't need to risk him. I think. Oh no, you know, I thought, bro, I got gas for nothing.
I get that we'll have Partey back, but the problem is I'm still not seeing prime. You know, I haven't seen Odegaard. I feel like he's dipped, and not only Odegaard, I think Xhaka's dipped as well. And I know they feel a lot more that they can play and express themselves a lot more when Partey's there. But this game against Leicester, they weren't getting pressed.
I think with Smith Rowe. No, I think
and yet the final ball still wasn't that great.
But against, do you know what?
Martinelli, a lot of times I'm seeing Martinelli only perform for 45 minutes out of the 90. I've yet to still see Martinelli have a good 90 minutes. Trossard playing in that position, he's going to have to do. I'm not bashing Trossard because this is not Trossard's position. So by no means am I trashing him, yeah. And I really like Trossard on the left. But him playing through the middle, I think he's going to have to do a lot better against Everton, a team.
He will, bro. He was unlucky today, bro. He was unlucky. He buried the ball.
Zinchenko, I still don't see why I'm not going to be confident playing Zinchenko as left back against Everton because I think we can get caught out on that position in that side on the left.
I think in the Emirates, I think we'll beat them comfortably, bro. I'll be honest with you.
You're right, bro. But these are little things that we got to talk about. These are the things that you got to judge and think, okay, well, you know, what's going on? You know what I mean? Because today, you can't say that we were pressed.
But he asked, you know what, the fair dues, he did, you know what, fair dues. Arteta did change it today, and he might change it against Everton. I think, you know what, let me put Kieran to you. There's Zinchenko drop in the middle. And I'll put, because to me, Zinchenko, bro, the guy, bro, 1 minute he's in left back, then he's right back, then he's up front, then he's, bro, just push Keely the team there, and against Everton, he can have that free roll, and Everton will be able to know what to do with it. Bro, the only thing about it, do you know what lets him down is he has to run back. If he didn't have to come back as much, Zinchenko, he'd be dangerous. That's what I don't get, bro.
Yeah, but that's why
I'll ask you a question. I asked Jez the question, and I asked the guy from America, and they all agreed with me. The question was, this is my opinion, but I'll say the question that I think Zinchenko is technically better than Martin Odegaard. And would you put, now the question is, would you put him in the middle as an attacking midfielder?
I would put him in the middle over Xhaka.
That's a good call, yeah.
Because like you just said, you literally explained exactly why I would put him in the middle. You said if he didn't have to run back, obviously every player needs to help defense, innit? Everyone needs to run back and help. But at the end of the day, when you're doing that, when you're playing as a left-sided left back, you leave a gaping hole when you're running forward. Now, I know that Xhaka pulls back and fills that role when Zinchenko goes forward. But we already know that Granit Xhaka ain't got the legs, bro. So if you got Zinchenko, you got Tierney, you don't have that problem because even if he starts doing that, first of all, he's already playing as a midfielder, and second of all, Tierney's got the legs to run back and cover him. Do you get it? So it's a win-win either way. So I don't see why not. He plays as a centre midfielder for his country anyway. So what's the difference? Yeah, if he can do it for his nation, he can do it for club. So I don't really understand why he's persistent with him as a left back. I think some games I can understand it, but week in, week out, this guy's starting as a left back, and I'm not seeing it. I don't think today we won because Zinchenko was playing as an inverted left back. I think today we did well because Martinelli had a good little spell and he put the ball away. I don't think we even played that great today. I'll be real. It was a boring game, bro, from both sides. It's just we were better than them, but it wasn't great. And going into the Everton game, I am still concerned about certain things. But at the end of the day, certain times you need to win ugly, and I do understand that. But I don't want to win ugly every week. We won ugly against Aston Villa. We won ugly. It wasn't a controlled game. It wasn't for 90 minutes. We scored 2 goals in extra time. Today, we scored a goal. Yeah, forget about VAR. We scored a goal, and then we reverted back to playing backwards, sideways, not really penetrating, not being able to really cut their defense. Those are things that I'm looking at and I'm thinking, that needs to improve. Because we're already, we struggled today to score 1 goal against the Leicester team that was there for the taking. Leicester didn't play better than Everton. And Everton are going to offer us different problems. Like I said, closing down a lot of our players, a lot of our midfield, not allow us to play through the midfield, whereas where we create a lot of things. Closing down.
I think though, if Trossard's goal would have stood, we would have battered them. We would have battered them if that goal would have stood. But Man City 1-0 up. Man City 1-0 up.
Flipping out.
But
it's what it is, bro. But we've done our job. This is the thing, innit? As long as we do our job, it's irrelevant what they do. And this is what I was happy with at the start of the season. Arsenal just kept doing what they needed to do. It was irrelevant what Man United did, irrelevant what Liverpool, Man City is irrelevant. We were just getting the 3 points, getting the 3 points, getting the 3 points. And that's what we need to do now. On the crunch end of the season, I think you're right, what you said. We just need to do what we need to do, innit? It's not always going to be pretty. I understand it. I wish it was, but it's not going to. Certain teams are going to try and stifle us. Today, Leicester tried to stifle us. It didn't work. Everton have tried to stifle us. It worked. And now we know what to expect going into the Everton game. These players already, Odegaard is already going to need to know. You're going to have to be fast on the ball, my guy, because Everton are going to try and press us down, close you down. Saka, he's going to get doubled up on. So if Ben White is not willing to run the channels and give Saka an option, then maybe you need to hold bench and we need to put Tomiyasu. These are the things that we need to think about. This manager now knows what to expect from Everton. We know that. And now there's no excuse about new manager bounce. We've already faced them when they had the new manager bounce. We know what they're going to be like. They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to press. And when we're on a counter, they're going to have every man behind the ball. We now need to break that down and come up with a game plan to break that down. I wish the momentum was better in terms of the way we're playing, but the confidence is there through wins, isn't it? So I'm happy that this win gives us confidence. But we still need that fluidity that we were seeing at the start of the season from Arsenal that we are yet to still see. We're not seeing that yet. And that is the only thing I'm saying. But obviously, it's a positive that we're going to have Partey in the middle. And that, for me, may be able to allow Xhaka to play freely, allow Odegaard to play freely, knowing that they got Partey there shielding the defence. So let's see, man. We take the positives. I'm going to look at it as a positive because we won today and we won against Aston Villa. And this creates momentum. But we can't be naive enough to say that, look, Zinchenko drifting into the centre isn't a problem. And against Everton, that can be exploited. Ben White, I think Ben White did well. I think it was the Aston Villa game where he was running down the channels and playing like a proper fullback. But after 60 minutes, he's going to be burnt out because he hasn't got that level of stamina. Then you bring on Tomiyasu that can do the same job. Odegaard isn't somebody that ever really plays well when he's being pressed. Odegaard is able to dictate things like today when the defense sit back and Odegaard has no pressure. There's no one closing him down. But when that happens, it's not that great. Nketiah, as much as you're saying, Nketiah, he's there and that, he hasn't been scoring goals. We haven't been winning games because of Nketiah. We need him to become more clinical. Trossard's playing out of position. I think he done well. And that is one thing I will praise Arteta today for, is that he went with something different. The Nketiah thing ain't working. And he put Trossard out of position. And I was happy for that. Because I thought, okay, you're starting to do things differently. You're starting to experiment and see certain players that are being passengers week in, week out.
A lot of Arsenal fan base are giving Arteta a bit of stick for Kieran Tierney, but people don't forget Kieran Tierney is a good player, top player, but he might be, he is an injury-prone player. We might need him for like the April games. If That's the truth. Oh, you don't want to bring on Kieran. If Arsenal are winning and the momentum's with them, you don't really want to be bringing on Kieran Tierney because you're going to need him. You know you're going to need him.
Bro, these are professional footballers, bro. Players can get injured at any point. Now is the future. Now we can't be like, oh, in a couple of games' time. By the couple of games' time comes, we might be out of the title race. That's how quickly things can change. So
yeah, but they're winning it. You don't break something. But I find though, why break something that's winning? Do you get me? We're winning. At the end of the day, Arteta's getting it right. We can, like everyone from the start to the end, from now, like from May, so we're in March now. You know, March now. Next game's in March. You know, from May to March, everyone's been wondering why don't he play Tierney? But bro, if we're at top of the table, Arsenal fans should just zip because it's working. Yeah, that's the truth about it. You know, everyone like we all like Tierney, but bro, at the end of the day, the club is where it's meant to be. You all wanted top. He's top of the table. He's challenging. You all wanted a challenge. So if he's doing it with him on the bench, I don't think people should be like, oh, what if? Do you get me? If we wasn't in a thing and we were struggling, but at the same time, we've been through a bad patch, but lucky, bruh. But we've been through a bad patch, but we just got to take game by game. And at the end of the day, if Arteta do bring in Kieran Tierney, then he's brought him in for a reason. You know, that's what we're saying.
I just feel like you just need to play your best players in form. And at the end of the day, if they get injured, they get injured. What can you do? You need to play them when they're available. You can't cover players in cotton wool. And then, you know, at the end of the day, if we lose to Everton because we're playing Zinchenko on the left-hand side when Tierney is available, you're not going to say that at the day. You're going to be like, why didn't he play him? He's fit, he's available, play him. You know what I mean? So I don't know with this Zinchenko thing. I think taking Zinchenko out of left-back position and using him as a midfielder, I think would be better. I think bringing on Zinchenko for Xhaka, if Xhaka's having a bad game, I think is a better decision.
Yeah, that is a bro. I'm not going to disagree with you on that because he is technically good on the ball. He's got techers, bro, and he's technically good at bringing the ball down. He's technically good at taking on players. He's technically good at creating. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong about that. I've been calling that for ages, but so far it's been so good. Do you get me? So I'm not going to like moan about why ain't he playing Tierney. He's like a lot of fans are still moaning. Bro, you got to like. I don't know about yourself. I'm not about there's a lot of fans, and bro, every game we win, bro, it ain't about Tierney. It's about Arsenal getting the full 3 points. And if they're getting the 3 points, I don't think we should moan about it. No, you are not. I'm not talking about you in general. I'm talking about a lot of fans, like, you know, who moan about it, like, because you can't be too attached to a player, innit? You get me, bro? That's what I'm saying. I'm not having to go with anyone. Like, I'm just saying, some fans like that, and you can't be attached to any player. Like me, it's like someone put a question: if Eddie wanted to go, goodbye. There's the door. I'm not going to sit here and say keep him. If a player wants to go, goodbye.
Who's your man of the match? For me, I'm gonna say Gabriel. Who's your man of the match, bro?
I'm gonna give it to maybe I'll give it to Saliba. I like Saliba played well today.
Saliba, yeah? Fair enough.
Saliba.
Fair enough. I think this comment is facts. Without the ball, Xhaka and Jorginho are very much useless. Very easy to get at our defense and go right through the heart of our midfield. Leicester were rubbish today, so let's not get carried away. 100% for me is not. I'm definitely not getting carried away. I think, you know, I feel the same. I think Jorginho and Xhaka, their strengths are not defensive, which is why when we bought Jorginho, I didn't say that he's a replacement for Partey. I didn't look at him like that. I said he's better. I think he's more of a rotation and more of a like for like than to Granit Xhaka than to Partey, because I don't think he's somebody that controls the midfield defensively. I think he's one of those players that picks up the ball and is good when he's on the ball, just like you said. So I completely agree, Arsenal, man. Like I can't even lie. But listen, we did the job. But yeah, I think, you know, with me, I always look at victories and I look at things that can be improved as well as celebrating the win. And there's certain things that need to improve in this team. And that's the way that we break teams down. And a lot of times that, you know, we pin teams back into their half and we don't penetrate well enough. We don't cut through them well enough. We don't make decisions fast enough. You know, Odegaard, #1 suspect today on that. Not making decisions fast enough and allowing Saka and Martinelli's and other players to get marked up by the opposition. You need to be faster. On the counter-attack, you need to do things quickly. You need to catch the opposition when the defense isn't settled. When they're still working their whereabouts and they're not picking up players, that's when you play the passes and that's when you catch defenses out of position, and that's when you can score goals. So we do need to be faster in that, and we need to be giving a lot better service to Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka, if I'm being completely honest. But overall, I'm happy, bro. Like overall, I'm happy. The win is a win, but certain things do need to improve. What's this? Our tempo is too slow. You're right. You're correct, Northside. That's what I'm saying. And that's why today was a boring game. We had so much possession, but what did we do? I can name probably 5-6 opportunities that we really had that were cutting edge opportunities. Most of them were backward, sideways, miss-hitting the ball, taking too long, dragging the ball. We need to be better at that because we're not going to face Leicester all the time. Yes, it's been good enough against Leicester. Everton, we know what to expect. We need to be doing better than that, but we take the 3 points and we move. We take the 3 points and we move. We'll get the 3 points however we can. At the end of the day, like Fuad saying, Man City's winning right now. So we need to get the points however we can get the points. I'm not against that. But it is what it is, man.
Oh, was that a penalty? Oh, no, it's not. No. Oh, no.
Listen, people. Listen, we're going to have to wrap up because I need to get ready. It's my boy's birthday today. So, yeah, I need to get ready and I still feel tired and everything. Fuad.
Go do your thing, bro.
Last thoughts on this game?
Just keep winning. That's all, bruh. Good game. Keep winning, and let's win the title.
We beating Everton on Wednesday.
Of course, we'll be in Everton, bro. I think we'll be in Everton, bro. Yeah, we'll be Everton, bro. I'm confident, bro. What's that?
Trust the process.
Trust the process, bro. Everton. We'll beat Everton. Do you know what, though, bro? Bournemouth are giving them a game, bro. I think they're gonna score.
Hopefully,
bro.
Yeah,
hopefully. All right, then, bro.
All right, bro. Listen, people. Big up Fuad for jumping on. Big up everyone for the comments and everything. I need to get ready now for my boy's birthday, my boy Ali's birthday. So big up everyone for the happy birthday messages and everything. And Arsenal get another win, 3-point collectors. And we move. We're out safe.